It's an incident that immediately prompted more questions than answers. How could a US soldier just cross into North Korea? Why would he want to? And what next? Let's piece together what we know about this unauthorized border crossing and see if we can shed some light on those major questions. The official story of what happened was first told by the United Nations Command, which operates the famous JSA, Joint Security Area, between the Koreas, where South and North Korean guards have been able to face each other just a few meters apart, much closer than would generally be the case across the inter-Korean demilitarized zone. The JSA is also a tourist attraction, though with North Korea closed to tourists since COVID-19, you can only visit from the South Korean side. The UN command released a brief statement Tuesday evening revealing that a US national on a JSA orientation tour crossed without authorization into North Korea. Then reports started to come out in South Korea, claiming the American citizen in question was a soldier, a fact later confirmed by the US. But soldier or not, how does someone on a tour simply cross one of the most heavily fortified borders in the world? Yes, we famously saw US President Donald Trump do so in 2019, but he was accompanied at the JSA by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. According to another member of this US soldiers tour group, he suddenly ran between buildings to the other side. And at that point, military personnel on the south side would have been prohibited from chasing after him into North Korea. They also wouldn't have been able to use weapons, as both sides agreed to disarm their JSA soldiers under a 2018 inter-Korean agreement. And what's more, North Korean guards have not been visible at the JSA recently, likely due to COVID-19, so the US soldier would have been unattended in North Korea for a surreal few moments at least. This is a very different situation from 2017, when a North Korean soldier crossed into South Korea via the JSA, surviving despite being shot multiple times by comrades from the north. 2017 was also the year when American student Otto Warmbier died after being imprisoned in North Korea. But cases of US military personnel willingly going to North Korea without authorization are very rare. One famous case goes back to 1965, when Charles Jenkins abandoned his post in South Korea and crossed the demilitarized zone, later being used for North Korean propaganda and marrying a Japanese abductee in the north. Given the risks and the Otto Warmbier case, why would a US soldier go to North Korea now? The soldier's been identified as Private Second Class Travis King in his early 20s. According to American media, he was recently held in South Korean custody on assault charges, and though released, he reportedly faced further US military disciplinary action. Instead of getting on a plane to return to America as was planned, he was somehow able to join a JSA tour. An eyewitness account also reveals that he laughed loudly just as he crossed to the North Korean side of the JSA. Now he's believed to be in North Korean custody, as the UN command said it's working with North Korean counterparts to resolve this incident. It may be that Pyongyang sees an opportunity here, for instance, for propaganda or intelligence purposes. Travis King is understood to have been a reconnaissance specialist. The North might also try to use him as a kind of leverage, having been upset by Tuesday's deployment of an American nuclear-capable submarine to South Korea for the first time in over 4 decades, and responded with an overnight ballistic missile test. Given the current stalemate in dialogue between Washington and Pyongyang, this unexpected JSA incident might just trigger the resumption of talks. While we await further developments, please like, subscribe, share, and comment if you want to have your say. Your support is much appreciated and allows us to keep you up to date on everything in and around Korea.